Welcome back, fellow gaming droogs. Tighten your bowler hat, pour yourself a fresh glass of Malacca, and get sharpened up. There's me, that is Akomi, and my droog, that is Turk182, and we sit in the Korova game bar, getting ready for a bit of the old ultra gaming.
You can't leave me the low-hanging fruit like that.
Do you even know the tossed salad thing?
I'm somewhat familiar with it. I don't know the connection with, Canadians.
No.
I know Canadians like maple syrup.
Right, so it's from this episode of, Scared Straight, when their prisoner was there, everything was talking about, what you have to do here is, I like having my salad tossed. It's like, having a salad tossed when it's you get someone to eat your ass out, and it's with jelly or syrup, but I prefer syrup, right? So, yeah, because he's like, that's the most humiliating thing you can do to a person. You're like, when they're sucking dick, they can think of that they're doing something else. But it's but when you eat ass, you know you eating ass, right? And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? If I was eating ass, I could pretend it's a girl's ass. I could pretend it's anything. But there is nothing I could pretend that I'm doing something else other than sucking a dick. It's just like a York peppermint patty, right? It's like I'm sucking a dick, but but in my mind, I'm cutting grass. What the hell kind of lawnmower do you use?
I usually just think about baseball.
Right. I'm like, what are you doing? It's I'm sucking dick, but in my mind, I'm playing Minecraft. Like, what?
In my mind, I'm smoking a cigar. No, wait, eating a banana. Oh shit.
I'm riding that bike that Mr. Garrison built on South Park. And what do you... No, there is nothing you can really pretend that you're doing or anything, It's like deep throating popsicles. No, that's not it either. Those are not things I normally do in my life. I'm at the doctor. He's taking my temperature with a really big thermometer. There's nothing else you can pretend you're doing, right? When you're sucking dick. If I was eating ass, I can pretend I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm I don't know, practicing playing the tuba. Anything, I'm making like a little hand or like a guy with my hand hello senor, hello, practicing French kissing, you gotta practice with something,
no.
but no, just I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to edit this into the episode because we haven't actually started it yet.
I'm sorry, I triggered Micah from those years at camp. It's easy.
It's a bad experience.
You've never practiced, French kissing your hand before? Alright, so anyway,
Okay, so, hi, I'm Akomi.
Turk182.
Welcome back to Injustice 2. There is something about this one that is just making me absolutely crazy.
Yes.
You're okay so far.
So we've already started this one off from a low point in our conversation, so I am pretty sure that this episode is just going to be straight downhill, so...
I hardly think that Sweet Sweet Lovin' from Anna Kendrick and Ryan Reynolds at the same time is a low point.
What? No, it was everything that followed after that.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't part of the episode.
No, that was not. Alright, so strap yourselves in, because someone's tampered with the brakes, and we are non-stop.
Now.
Ooh, the claws are out.
Hey, that dodge actually worked.
What?
For the first time in 40 years. It works!
When my claws are out, I can't shoot.
Okay, so there's no disputing that the Halle Berry Catgirl movie is atrociously bad.
Catwoman?
Yeah. What did I say?
Catgirl.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I mean, there's like nobody has ever tried to defend the merits of that movie. But does Halle Berry at least make a good Catgirl?
What? I told you that move that hardly ever works because you have to be at the right spot for it to work. Oh wow! Are you freaking kidding me? And I said kidding, not kidding. I wasn't trying to make some bad fun.
Oh, I wouldn't have even noticed. Oh no! I keep accidentally doing the stance change thing instead of the grab. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, I haven't seen nearly enough of the 1966 Adam West Batman episodes. Like, I mean, I've seen, like, probably a dozen or so, but, like, not nearly as many as I would want. So, like, there's still a lot about the show that I don't know. And I recently learned that Eartha Kitt was who played Catwoman.
She did. We had
awesome.
You had Julie Newmar and you had Eartha Kitt. And I like Julie Newmar. So Eartha Kitt had the voice, but I like Julie Newmar. And then it was Lee Merriweather, I think was the other one. Oh, what is with this? Stop! No, no! Oh, you and that freaking move!
I don't know, like, all I ever knew Eartha Kitt from was...
Yzma?
Oh, what? I finally won! Yeah, Yzma. Yzma's in your chair. It's like, that's all I ever knew her from, so it was, like, so weird seeing her as Catwoman.
It's like, scary beyond all reason.
That's it.
I love Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that is one of my favorite Disney movies.
Emperor's New Groove is just, it's so great.
I mean, that ranks, like, that's probably, like, top 3 for me.
Now I feel bad. Bad llama. It's... And then Kronk is just great.
Kronk is brilliant. Although, like, I really did not enjoy Kronk's New Groove.
I will agree with that. Kronk's New Groove was nowhere near as good.
I wanted to like it so much, because it's like, when you took the best character and made him the focus, that's awesome. But, nah, he needs to be a supporting guy.
Yeah.
The type of character can't carry an entire movie on its own.
The living way would benefit from your powers.
I can break every bone in your body.
I should try.
Oh, he's not a monobrow, okay. Thank goodness. Dang it! Stupid stance shit.
Oh, man.
Wow, that was bitchy. Yeah, so speaking of Emperor's New Groove, somebody was talking about wanting to do, like, an Emperor's New Groove parody with,
What the crap?
like, Avengers characters as the stand-ins. So, like, you have Tony Stark as Kuzco, Cap is Pacha, Yzma would be Loki, and Thor would be Kronk. And, like, the character types actually work out pretty perfectly.
Oh, shit, I didn't do a low block! Oh, I didn't do a low block.
I love that when Sub-Zero freezes people, they actually freeze midair. Oh no! Don't disappear on me! Good thing I kept this handy bomb in my pocket all this time. What? Oh! Oh, because I was low crouching.
Here it comes.
Oh,
Here we go,
what?
baby. I'm falling for that.
Oh.
Is that how the Lin Kuei treat ladies?
I'm a pretty cold individual. I can never get those moves to work. You are over me. Nope.
Oh no!
Took me like 2 hours, but I'm finally winning a couple matches. Nope, you
bitch.
are alive. What?
Yeah! Come on, come on, come on! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! No!
Oh, come on! Dang it! You're always one hit away from dying. It kills me. If I lost by a lot, it wouldn't bug me.
Oh!
It's the fact that I come within a millisecond of winning and awful.
Oh! Oh, that was a good one.
That was a really good match. So, no, I guess I haven't actually been Superman.
Superman versus Grodd.
Only I can rid it of crime. Your throne will be mine. Begin.
Oldest trick in the book. The thing with Grodd that makes fighting him hard is that
Ow,
he's
so
so
big.
tall that even when he's crouching, he looks like he's just standing at regular height. Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!
You got a thing for the smell of like fried monkey flesh, don't you? Burnt gorilla hair. That must be awful.
Oh. Yes, breaking a monkey's spine is justice. Oh. Just hip smack me.
You got some dirt on your face, you Superman.
Oh, oh, oh. I also have a tool chest.
Ow.
Oh no. Oh no.
Shit.
Oh.
I'm gonna call PETA. Bullshit.
Oh.
Oh, jerk.
Oh, I finally won one.
You won't want this Superman.
Yeah, that makes it feel a lot cheaper.
Nah, Superman's fine.
He's a little OP.
He's just fine. And I have not played Dr. Fate yet. I suck at Dr. Fate, honestly. I can't.
He's pretty fun. You know what? I haven't done this guy like at all. I think I've played Firestorm like once or twice in total. I don't know, Superman. I think the DC universe would actually be more interesting without Superman.
Your body's fine, but your fate is split. Let's just begin.
I've just never been a Superman fan.
I mean, like, Superman is a Christ figure. I mean, we've talked about this a lot outside of the show. I mean, there's, like, Superman was constructed to tell the Jesus story. I mean, if you study it, and if you study, like, film writing, it is absolutely the Jesus story. Which is all well and good, but the whole thing with any story that uses a Christ figure is the Christ figure has to leave at some point. So, because, I mean, the purpose of a Christ figure in a story is to exact change in the lives of the people around him, and then he moves on. But DC has made Superman a permanent staple of their universe.
Oh,
I don't know, it's just, he's...
gross.
Yeah, I like my throws. I don't know, just, he's not really built to... Like, his character archetype is not built for the long term. And that's exactly what they've tried to use him for. And it's like, really, I mean, once he came back from the dead after the Doomsday thing, that should have been the end of the Superman story. It's like, he laid down his life for his people, that should have been it. Wow, I don't know why I executed that so far away. Shh, Nikes.
I mean, I've just never liked him as a character. Even, I mean, so we'll say this. After the events of Crisis... When Byrne was doing him and they kind of depowered him and all that kind of stuff, I enjoyed that because he's always been just too powerful for me, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then there's just something about him that doesn't really appeal to me. I like Lex Luthor. I think Lex Luthor is probably. I think that's what's missing from Superman is that he doesn't have more villains like Luthor, which is, you know, someone, and you and I have talked about this, you know, at length before, but he needs someone that can't fight him on his turf, you know, and that's what Luthor does. Luthor presents someone that he cannot fight on his ground because Luthor doesn't have the strength to go toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't. He uses his intellect and his cunning and his guile, which is something that Superman just doesn't have. He's not super smart. He's average smart, you know? And when he goes up against Luthor, he has to use an ability he doesn't have. And it doesn't matter how much he knows that Luthor's behind stuff, he can never prove it. And I like the reason why the two of them hate each other. And anyway, just that, all of that really appeals to me. But just him on his own, I have no use for Superman.
Yeah, and I think the character extended past his usefulness. I mean, you cannot have a story where the Christ figure never leaves. It's not good storytelling. Read any book on Hollywood film writing or whatever, and it's not meant for a long-term story. It's not constructed that way. I don't know. Plus, I mean, and another thing we've discussed, Superman's powers are natural. He was born this way. He came to Earth, and he's the most powerful thing in the universe. And, you know, there's not a lot of appeal in that. Well then. And it's like, I mean, it's so much more refreshing when a character has to actually earn their stuff. That's why so many more people like Batman, which I don't just bring up because you're playing as him, but because he's genuinely a more interesting character than Supes. Okay. Because he obsessively trained and worked for years to get to where he is. All of his stuff is based off of his own ingenuity and his own capabilities.
Yeah.
Alright. And, like, I know you really don't care for Dragon Ball Z, and we'll get into that whole thing sometime, but, I mean, I've said before, that's why I think Goku is a really interesting character, because for all intents and purposes, he has the same power level as Superman. I mean, and the debates rage like crazy over the internet about that. And, I mean, people go back and forth over who would win, yada, yada, yada. It's really not important.
Yeah, I find that to be kind of annoying.
It really is.
The whole, like, who would win, like, Goku or Superman kind of thing. I'm like, honestly, you really can't compare the two of them.
Yeah,
they live in two different universes.
Yeah, with different laws of existence and nature. But I mean, I bring up the whole Goku thing because what makes Goku interesting is that he's got these crazy powers, and he's the most powerful thing in his universe because he worked for it and he trained for it, and he's been training since he was a small child. And I love that. Yeah, with a tail. Which
I mean, let's not leave that part out.
I mean, sure. I mean, he was probably a furry. But no, I mean, like the appeal there is the fact that, I mean, here's a character who, yeah, he's got the Superman thing going on for his universe, but yeah, it's all based off of training. And I mean, you know, you could argue, yeah, he's a Saiyan and they're more powerful than humans, whatever. That's not worth getting into. The fact is, what makes him so powerful and so much stronger than anybody else in his universe is just based off of his work and dedication. It's so much more interesting than somebody like Superman.
You know, that's one thing that I always have to bring up when it comes to Superman, is that Superman is not a fighter. He's a brute. Superman has never taken any time to actually learn how to fight, where Batman has. So when people are like, well, you know, I'm not getting the whole Batman versus Superman thing, but Superman does not have any real fighting skills. He's never taken a fighting class. It's like, I'm just so strong, I don't have to. And in most cases, yeah, that's probably true. But when you do go up against someone who has trained, that can fight, that's a completely different story. And anybody that's really learned how to fight, taken any kind of lessons, you know, any martial arts or whatever it is, the whole point of that is how to take down an opponent who is bigger than you or stronger than you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we were just talking about Bruce Lee earlier, and I mean, he's a perfect case in point for that. I like how simple and logical that is. Wow, I am doing great.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Whoa. No.
Will help.
Flowers. I have flowers. Oh, what? Oh, I think that you dodged that one. Yep. Swamp Thing is really not my guy. He's like... He's definitely one of your characters. I just can't do beans with him.
And I am not good with Atrocitus at all. Good old Atrociraptor there. Ow. Oh, nice. Whew.
And now to the equivalent of just spanning Hadouken.
You know, I was trying to do his little, like, that thing right there, because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh boy. I don't think I'm far enough away. Oh!
that just plain sucked ass. Oh, shit on me.
Oh no! Well then. What?
Oh, what?
What? I didn't even think it was gonna connect!
You know what? And I purposely did not blood tornado you again. Because I was like, oh, that's just too cheap. So I'll call in Dexter, he'll spit a fireball at you, and then that'll end it.
Because the cat throwing a fireball's not cheap.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Well, it wouldn't have been me, it would have been the cat.
Okay, I think we can fit in one more fight.
Alright. Alright, one more.
Then I'd say we probably have milked the series for all it's worth for the moment.
Yeah, probably.
I think I'm just gonna go with the Joker. Ooh.
Then we gotta match it up.
Oh, well, and they put us in the Joker's playground. Yeah, we touched briefly on this like in the first episode that we did with this game, is they, like, DC has really overly romanticized the Joker and Harley's relationship. And it's really bothersome. Because nobody's examining the problem here, that it's a really abusive relationship.
Sorry.
And that Harley has Stockholm. It's
Well,
just really messed up to me.
I will say this. So, in this game, you know, Harley is not a Joker fan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that's more, like, I guess I'm more complaining with, like, Suicide Squad. And really, Suicide Squad, it was more the catalyst more than the actual problem itself. Ooh. It's just like, all those Facebook memes and stuff, oh no. All those Facebook memes of people going, oh, I want a relationship like the Joker and Harley has. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Just no.
Now, if you said I want a relationship like Harley and Poison Ivy have, then yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. In this game, they not only do they kind of show just, you know, how horrible, like, you know, the Joker and Harley are,
Yeah.
right? Or how horrible it is here, but they also do touch on the, you know, the nature of her and Poison Ivy's, like, relationship.
Stop with the Michael Jackson. I keep hitting the wrong thing. I know all I ever thought when I saw those memes was like, forget that. I want a relationship like Rocky and Adrian have. It's like pretty devoid of drama. It's just a really simplistic thing. Of course, then again, I've only seen the first 4 movies, so maybe I'm missing something. Yes! No! How did you dodge that? You were mid-air!
Shit.
I thought I was... Oh! Dang. Well then, you soundly stomped me throughout this entire series. I think I won 2 out of all the matches.
It was a good game.
It was
Good
great.
matches all around.
These were some of my favorite episodes we've ever produced.
Oh, so yeah, this is oh man. So our eyes burning a little bit, but yeah, this was fantastic. I will say, if you do the playthrough on this game, the actual game storyline, it has some really nice Harley Joker moments in there, which are good. Because, you know, anybody that is familiar with this and knows the first one, you know, the Joker is dead. When the game starts, the Joker is dead.
I never knew that.
Well, yeah, because the whole point of this is that Joker tricked Superman into killing Lois Lane and blowing up the Metropolis and all that kind of stuff. And so Superman finally had enough, and he puts his hand through Joker's chest and kills him. And so that's what starts the whole Injustice thing off. So the reason that Joker's in the first game is because it's the Joker from the regular Earth 1. Now, in this game here, it's we actually don't really even have anybody from Earth 1 with the exception of Oliver Queen, I think. Everyone else is the Earth 2 equivalent, and Joker's not in this, but he does make an appearance in the story mode, which I don't want to spoil it for anybody or for you, but it's really nice. And then it really kind of helps solidify Harley's character more. So it's good. The story mode is really nice in this. So, all right. So this was a good game.
It was.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fights. I do like that I was able to win some as opposed to our first round, non-recorded round that we played earlier where you were kind of wiping the floor with me. And I was able to actually kind of come out on top a little bit this time. So now we're even.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair enough. Although, we really can't prove that I won because it wasn't recorded. I think these were some good episodes.
Yep.
Right then, well, thanks everybody so much for watching. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, comments, all that good stuff. And we will catch you guys later.
Later. I was even going to mention it, but I was like, no. If I say, hey, I'm actually going to sign off on this, you would say something crazy, and I'd be like, oh.